Okay, that's good to hear that you did your homework and you had the opportunity to watch the video before. And first of all, I would like to say me if you understood the main idea. It was
Yes,
possible? Yes, Stella?
I think I understood it.
Okay, and what about you, Kari?
Yes, I think the same.
Okay, it doesn't matter that maybe you couldn't understand all the words, yes, and word by word, yeah, but most of them and the main idea, yes, to catch the main idea and what he wanted to transmit us in this case. Okay, I would like to start asking you, why do you decide to study to become a teacher?
For whom, teacher? For me?
Okay, Estela, you can start.
Um, I decided it, but right now I am studying because I want the degree. Even if I work or I don't work, I just want the degree. And but I had the opportunity to work in Trinidad and Tobago. Uh, I was teaching Spanish. And then I realized that I need more than speak the language. And right now I understand with the things that I am learning that I am improving all the knowledge that I had, like maybe in the next time if I have to work as a teacher, I won't be afraid of anything because I have more um, seguridad, more uh,
Security and self-confidence.
yes, confidence. Yes, teacher.
Okay, and you, Karen?
Um, I I don't know if when I will finish the career, I will becoming a teacher. It's something that for me is very easy, and in the high school, I had the experience to have a group of kids, but I am not sure if I want the degree for be a teacher. I have other um, opportunities in the work, like a guide of touristic
A
translator.
touristic guide.
Yes, like a translator, and I don't know, in the hotels or something like that. I am not sure now if I want to be a teacher.
Okay, so you are taking the career is because this career can help you to be in other positions.
Yes, and because I like so much the English and I want to learn more language, like Germany, o es, tengo una confusión ahí, es Germany, no que es de Alemania, es de Tush,
German, no, German, it's okay.
Germany, okay,
No,
Germany,
German. German.
Germany,
German is the country and German is the language.
German,
Mhm.
German, French, and maybe Italian.
Okay. Okay, and why the languages called your attention?
Um, is because it's a very for example, the Italian is very similar at the Spanish, and the German. I don't know. I think that is something very different. The culture all is so different than in the 1 year ago. I was taking a little course online of
Uh-huh.
German.
Okay, and how was it? How did you find it? Difficult or easy?
It's very difficult because it's something different, very different. The words and the grammar, the the pronunciation is other word.
Yes, that's true. But you know, I have heard that some people sometimes find English difficult. But when they try with the German, they say that it is easier than English. I don't know if because their abilities, each person has a different abilities, uh, and that's why I think that that's why they learn uh, easier one language than other one.
Yes, and the Portuguese también es also is good, but
Yes.
I don't like so much. I would like to learn,
Uh-huh.
but no, it's something that oh
Cause your
uh,
attention.
yes.
No, okay, very good. And so, why do you choose study English as a foreign language degree? Why you didn't choose any other profession or another course or degree? Why
Um,
English as a foreign language?
it's because it's more cheaper. uh, yes,
Cheaper.
because
Economical.
yes, because I had looking in other universities, and something that for me is very important that in other careers when you have to study three language at the same time, you I think no, you can learn very good age language. Then this career and the program is only English. Then I think that is better because you can learn all about the English and you don't have to be worried about the two other language.
Okay, okay. So you focus only in one language, and you don't have to interference or confusions using another language at the same studying the other language at the same time.
Yes, it's more easy, I think,
It's easier.
and easier.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yes.
it's easier.
Okay. And what about you, Estela? Why do you choose to study English as a foreign language?
I choose English because um, I started with it years ago, and then I thought that it was easy to continue and not to start with something new. For me, when I started from zero here in the UNAT, like I had some advances, some classes before, but when I started in the in UNAT, I thought that I forgot a lot of things, and also because English is a good way to do a lot of more things. With English in Colombia, we have a good opportunity. It's not only in Colombia; it's everywhere. Even if you go to a country when people don't speak Spanish, uh, even other language, with English you can understand and talk with another people. English, I think around the world, people speak English.
Yes, it's like the universal one.
It's for that.
Okay, okay. So, what do you think are the characteristics of being a good teacher or being a teacher?
Um, First, you have to be polite, kind. Um, you have to understand, and also depending of the society, you have to treat the people. Is not the same way to treat the people in a private and expensive college to maybe in a public school. It's like how to learn to work with that.
Okay.
And also you can treat like adults as a children. No, you have like used to learn to get difference between ages, the age.
Yes, ages is okay.
Yes. What else? Um, Having confidence. Be confident with the people. I think that is all.
Okay, and what about you, Karen?
I think that a teacher have to be uh, clear with the things that with the topics and things like that, and a friendly person. I think that is an important topic and see an important point. But sometimes um, there are teachers that are very friendly. Then the kids don't take serious the class, or don't pay attention, or are very noisy. Things like that. I think that is important to have.
To have a balance, maybe, yeah?
Yes, yes, and be strict with the kids and disciplinary. And yes, I think that it
Okay. Mhm.
this is the perfect way to learn. I When I was in the high school, I love it. The teachers that are serious and strict. I don't like the some teachers are very como empalagosos, como que ay los niños, ay mis amores. No, no me gusta.
Okay, I understand you.
Yes,
As as Stella says, it's important to know the ages, yes, and the kind of people or the social class that they can have, because to avoid these mistakes, yes. So it's necessary to know who you are going to teach to.
yes,
Yeah. All the excuse me, all the adjectives that you use to describe a teacher are pretty good. Yes, all of them are important. uh, Another one that maybe you don't mention is patience.
Oh, yes.
So we need a lot of patience, uh, in everywhere, in everything, because when you are teaching a subject and or a topic and they don't understand, so you need to try to look at the options and how you're going to explain the same topic but with another activity or using another method. Also, when sometimes children are noisier and you don't like to listen any fly, yeah, and try to understand that, for example, if you're working with kids, it's hard, yes, and try to control them, and it's sometimes it's difficult because they are in an age that they like to be here, to be there, do one thing in just 5 minutes, and then they like to continue with another activity because after 10 minutes they are tired, yeah, or they find the activity boring. So you need to think quickly and do another activity using another material. So it's hard. It's a little complicated when you are caring or when you are in charge of a, for example, preschool, because those kids are active. Yes, and it's important that your knowledge will be how do you say, your knowledge will be uh, secure, could be possible, secured, or you have the knowledge and confidence that the things that you're going to teach are are the right things, yes, because they are starting with their process, and if you made a mistake, they'll never correct it, or it will be difficult for children to correct a mistake. For example, in pronunciation, yes, if a teacher says, okay, this is a fruit and what is the name, it's an apple. Okay, so you finish with the apple till you die, if nobody else correct you. Okay, and or try to correct the mistake is difficult because they continue with this. And I have seen this in my adult students, yes, that they have some difficulties with that simple word, yes. So it's impressive, but that's why you need to be sure what you're going to teach, or what you are going to say. In the case of Karen, that maybe she wants to become a tour guide. Okay, so you need to be sure what you are telling about the story, for example, of a monument or a stage. Yes, so you need to be sure and don't say wrong things. So in this way, what do you think is the role of a teacher in a classroom? Could be Estela or Karin.
The role of a teacher?
Yeah.
Okay, first is to transmit knowledge. Second is to create a good ambiente, good
Environment.
environment, and to check that the things that the teacher teach is correct, as you said. And something that I forgot to tell you before is that according to the video, the most important thing is to be creative and allow the students to be creative.
Yes, that's true. Karin.
I think that the teacher in the classroom, it could be like guide that are with the studying with the student, sorry, while he or she is learning, and when he or she has a mistake, um, show the good way or the good form for the for make the things. Like Stella say, yes, I love the student to be creative and give them tools, because sometimes uh, it's necessary to have any um, inspiration and something that you can do with your hands or something like that, and to keep the good models and something like that, that the classroom be a good place for all and no eh, un lugar incómodo, o sea,
Uncomfortable.
¿cómo, profe?
Uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable.
Eso es incómodo.
Yes, and that they can be free and don't accept something like the bullying or things like that. That is the problem that in the old classroom, all the schools are living now.
Yes, that's true. And you say something something important that we need to pay attention and care. That is about when they make mistakes, and that happened with us too, because in our life, yes, our parents or grandparents, inclusive the teachers, say or have shown us that if you make a mistake, it's the worst thing that you have done. You don't have the possibility to make a mistake. And if you saw in the video, Mr. Robinson said that it's necessary to be wrong, yes, but it doesn't mean that be wrong it's okay. No, the idea is that we need to learn that when we made a mistake, we have a second chance. We have the opportunity to resolve or to check what happened before and try to do the things better. Yes. And for example, with the language, with English or with any other language, if you made a mistake in the pronunciation, so try to say that person that if she corrects you, is not in order to embarrass you, but is to help you to correct this mistake, and that this change in your future conversations when you use the word again. And because when you made a mistake, you feel nervous then, so you prefer or you avoid to speak, because you say, okay, so I can't talk, because if I say something wrong, they are going to love me, or they are going to criticize me, or just I'm going to be embarrassed. Yes, and I'm going to put Rosie. So I prefer to stay quiet. I prefer not to say anything, and that's not the idea, because in our environment that we don't have people who is speaking with us in English any moment. So we need to try to make the risk. Yes, and when you have the opportunity to teach English to others, give that confidence that if they make a mistake in the sentence or in the pronunciation or the use of a phrase, they have the opportunity to correct it. Yes, so don't criticize them, and learn the students that it's okay to be wrong, but in that order, in order to improve, okay, and be better. What do you think about the education in Colombia, or what about teachers? Do you think that exist or there are good and bad teachers in Colombia or around the world?
I think like maybe a lot of them, but some of them are not good teacher. Uh, I think that some teachers do it because they don't have any other thing to do, or sometimes, as in all the degrees or any career, um, sometimes the people, those students, do what parents want and know what they want, and that is a mistake. Also, I can see that in my case, eh, I don't know too much about English, but I have like some little like steps, and sometimes the neighbors tell me like, why see that test, why my daughter or my son didn't pass the test, and sometimes I find that they do not correct properly, or about grammar, they
Mhm.
make teacher make a big mistake, and sometimes I tell them, maybe your child didn't write correct from the board.
Yes. Hmm.
But sometimes it's not that, sometimes it's that the teacher make a mistake. And in my case, I have sometimes the problem that I pronunciate in one way, and sometimes another person pronunciate in different way, and I feel I ask myself, who is wrong? Am I wrong, or the other person is wrong? And sometimes have to look for the word in maybe Google and listen to the word, or ask my daughter, and sometimes I'm correct, sometimes I'm mistake, but it's like that. But it's like, if learned not properly, as you said before, it's difficult to correct it.
Yes. Yes, that's true. And because, as you said, you create the doubt. You create the
Yes.
doubt in your head, in your mind, and so what happened here? But the best thing that you can do is what you do. Check in another and um, reliable resource. Could be the dictionary, online dictionary, or a traditional dictionary. Yes,
Mhm.
and try to find what is the right pronunciation, or listen a song, or any part of or a video or a film, and pay attention about how this person pronounce, and in that way you can correct yourself. And maybe if you write, if you have the possibility to talk to the other person, try to say, hey, last time you were talking about this one, and you said this word in this way, but that day I was confused and I didn't know if you were right or I was right. So I checked and I found this one. So remember that this word is pronounced like this or something like that. Yes, but in a private way, in order to don't create a bad moment. Yes,
Yeah.
the other person feel bad. So you can do this one because okay, in my case, happened the same. I have heard people who pronounce a word like this one, and others pronounce like in the other, and then you say, okay, so what is the right way? Okay, or you can use both, or yes. So it's something crazy, but you can do this one. You can do this thing, yes. From coordinators, for example, I have heard some that they may make some mistakes, yeah,
Mhm.
in using the words, or in the plural of the word, or because they put the word in an appropriate place or something like that, that you check.
Yes.
Even with native, sometimes natives uh, doesn't pronounce properly.
Yes.
And I don't know if it is because it's something similar as in Spanish, that you say something into Spanish, and another person from another department say the same word using another accent, or any other, yes, with another stress.
Like
Could
dialect. And
Yes,
it happened in the place I was living. In that place, for example, people outside the school, they say to say water, they say water.
what? Hmm.
Water. And then it's like if you hear it for 10 years, you get that in your mind, and you have to work hard to change it.
Yes, it's yes, and that's that because this is British one. But for example, in American is water. Yes, or water. Sometimes some pronounce like this, the T like a natural way. And so it's incredible because my students, for example, at the institute, uh, most of my time I speak the American one because it was the ones that I learned. And I try to pronounce sometimes some words using the British accent, right? But I try to speak the American one. I think it's because it's my habit. So the native teacher that we have there is a British one. He's from London, and he has roots from Pakistan. Yeah. So can you imagine what is his pronunciation?
Mhm.
Because he has two roots, British one and the Pakistani. So when they enter for the first time to the classroom and they pronounce a simple sentence, all of them look at him and said, "What are you saying? I can't understand you." And they look at me and say, "Teacher, what he said?" And I just said, it's simple. He says and they say, but I understand you more than to him. And I said, it's because the accent, but you need to pay attention how this person move the mouth, yes, and the body, because we use our body to express, yes, and to give the information, the message. And I explain them some things about what they use, or how do they put the mouth and the tongue and the throat when they are going to pronounce. And also we teach the two words, because there are American and British words. So when they heard him saying water, they said as you. So okay, they didn't know and say, what is water? Water? What is water? Teacher, what is water? And I said, it's water. Ah, okay, water. Okay, but why they say water? Because this is the British accent. This is the way that the British say this word. Or it happened when I was learning with the word biscuits. British said biscuits, and I think that Estela knows biscuits. But maybe
galletas.
biscuits. Yes, but Americans say sometimes cookies. Yes, bring me a cookie, and they get confused. So cookie, what kind of cook? What is cookie? What kind of food is this one? Yes, so it's necessary to learn the two vocabulary because there are some words that change it totally. Yes, they change it totally, but there are others that are similar. Yes.
But teacher, as the man of the video, he speaks American or British?
Okay, good question because
he was speaking very fast. I had to
yes.
listen to it like 3 times.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I think that he speaks okay. I don't know if I'm wrong, but I understood like he used more the British one.
But the teacher,
Yes.
like you, as the first time that you hear the video, you hear it, you understand, or you had to listen more than one time?
I could understand the main idea. I could understand many words, many words. There were some words that I really didn't understand because I haven't seen them before.
Yes.
And that's the problem. That's the problem why we don't understand. It's because we don't know the vocabulary. Because all the words, excuse me?
The man make jokes, and I didn't understand.
Yes.
No, like, why they laugh, I don't understand.
Yes, most of the time. And because I don't know what happened with those American and British ones, but the jokes are not easy to understand to them. So they are not, they don't say the jokes as Colombians, yes? So they are serious when they say a prank or when they say a joke.
Yes.
Yes, so it's the way that they use. And because in that case with Seth Robinson is because he used, how do you say in I don't remember the word in English, but in Spanish is like ironía. Is ironía? Ironía, see?
Yes.
That for example, yes, irony could be possible, but
oh yes,
it's something like this. I don't know if I'm wrong, but for example about the joke of his wife. Yes.
Yes, and
Do
what
you remember?
about the girl who was painting something. But I understand most of the words, but I didn't understand what was the funny thing.
Okay, about the girl who is a dancer and who is a choreographer. Yeah.
The girl who was painting and the teacher asked what she was painting, and she said that was God, God.
Yeah.
But I don't know, and they laugh, and the next day the girl says something that the next day, but I don't know why they laugh.
Yes, it's simple because in this case, it's something that happened with the students and with teachers because every time we are saying what to do and what they need to follow or the rules of everything, yeah? And we don't give them the opportunity to explore. And we need to understand that children are curious. They imagine the world as different as us, yes. And nowadays they have an imagination that is incredible, and they can go far. But because we are adults, I don't know if because it's the time, but we closed or we don't have this ability or this skill to imagine. And that's why, because our teachers, when they talk us, they say what to do and what done. So what happened with this girl, is because she was drawing to God, yes, and all of us has an imagine, yes, has an imagine. Okay, we don't have an imagine of God. We have an imagine of Jesus Christ, yeah. So, but she liked to draw to God. And here the point is that nobody knows, yes, but she says they know it, yes, because it was from her imagination, yes. It was everything about the imagination, her imagination. Uh, it's not easy maybe for us to understand, yes. O sea, estoy dibujando a Dios, pero ¿quién es Dios si nadie sabe cómo es Dios? ¿Sí? Eso dijo la profesora, no sabemos cómo es Dios. Entonces la niña dijo, lo sabrán, ¿sí? Lo sabrán cuando les muestre el dibujo. Es porque ella lo creó, sí, ella lo dibujó y ella lo pensó que era así. Entonces la niña en vez de sentirse, digamos, apenada o regañada por la profesora, ella salió adelante, ¿sí? Y dijo, van a ver cómo es Dios, ¿sí? O sea, ustedes no lo saben cómo son, pues yo sí tengo una idea y esta va a ser pronto sabrán cómo es la idea mía de Dios. Esa
Ahora
fue
sí
como...
hace sentido el chiste.
Sí, claro, es porque nosotros siempre limitamos a los niños inconscientemente,
Sí.
¿sí? Y es por la manera como fuimos enseñados. A nosotros siempre nos dijeron qué hacer y qué no hacer y cómo se debía hacer. And nowadays kids are totally different. They have another chip.
Algo que me
That's
pareció,
the
ajá. Algo que me parecía muy curioso en la isla es que allá todos eran morenitos. Y los niños, uno acostumbra de forma natural aquí en Colombia o en cualquier otro país donde haya más blanquitos que uno le pinta la cara a una persona de color clarito, rosadito. Y allá los niños cogían el color negro para pintar la carita de las personas. Eran muy tiernos.
Oh, qué bonito. O sea, pues para que se parecieran todos como igualitos o algo así.
O sea, ellos parten de su color, entonces ellos dicen, no, le vamos a pintar la carita a todas las personas de café o de negrito. Y
Ah, ok.
pues ya uno tiene entendido que uno pinta la carita rosado, y no, ellos buscaban el color cafecito para pintar la cara.
Ay, qué bonitos. ¿Ves? Y es por lo que tienen a su alrededor. Sí, es la manera, es lo que han visto. No se les ha mostrado otra cosa, entonces no, de pronto todas o varias generaciones han hecho lo mismo, ¿sí? Y pues uno sigue esas reglas, esos parámetros, esos modelos. Karen, what holds your attention from the video? You are so quiet today.
Yes, I don't know. My mood today is neutral. I am not happy. I am not sad.
Why? What happened?
I don't know. Yesterday I was with a teacher of my high school. She was helping me with the tasks of pedagogía.
Okay.
And they was very I don't know, have to be is very similar with the topic of the today. Yes, I feel a little disappointed
Okay. Yes.
because for one person of the or the part of administration of the college of the high school, sorry, the kids don't have an education properly or according with the politics that el ministerio,
The government.
the government set. And I know that is very hard, but really, the education uh, today in the high school when I am graduated
Mm-hmm.
had changed a lot, and I don't like the model that they have now, because it's a model that first no is according to the context when where the kids are, and second they don't have the properly tools for learn something, and the teacher are very like they don't uh, matter if the kids learn or not. Is something that they are just um ah, receiving
Repeat.
receive the money, and they don't do the things with love.
Yes, that's
And
true.
then I feel disappointed with this.
Yes, of course, and you're right that it's not only in your town, Karen, it's everywhere. Yes, I think that in Colombia there are many teachers that only work because it was the last option. They think that
Yes,
teach is they teach that they teach is not an official career, and that is that it doesn't worth. Yes.
yes,
And this is their last choice. Okay, I couldn't find a job as an engineer or as a doctor or as a model. Yes. So I'm going to decide to be a teacher. So it's easier. It's easier to teach. Yes. But they don't imagine the consequences when you are teaching to others. Yes.
yes, because sometimes the teacher that the things do the things like fastidious way or something like that, then they since the kids since the kids are very boring about the I forgot the subject.
Mm-hmm.
For example, in my case, a lot of classmates, when we has a class of, I don't remember, sociales, I believe, the
Okay.
teacher was very stressing, and we didn't like the class with her because she was very I don't know, rude, and don't treat us like a friendly way.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yes.
eh, she always was like, tienen que hacer esto y si no me hacen caso les voy a poner y muévanse. Y they we don't we don't love it that subject. Then always we or some classmates was rude with the teacher, or the teacher always called the coordinator, and a lot of a lot of problems in that class. Then that was very stressing. Then I am seeing now that that happened with my brother, because with this um, new model,
Mm-hmm.
uh, learn alone is 100% uh, autonomous.
Autonomous.
Autonomous, yes. Then my brother, he is not very uh, disciplined
Disciplined.
discipline with with the class. He both he's bored the topic. He is bored for him when he understand all. If he understand easy, they won't uh, make more tasks. But that model um, force to the kid and write and write and write and write, even if he don't know, and write, and the evaluation is 2 or 3 questions, and then you can pass very easy because it's just 3 questions about all the general topic. But
Mhm.
a really evaluation that you really learn, no is good. I think that the topic don't the model don't have the um, enough tools for the kids, and that model is for 15 kids, and in the classroom of my brother are 40, sorry, 40
40, 40.
for 40 for a one teacher.
It's incredible. I can't work with those this amount of students. How old is your brother?
He is 14.
So he is in eighth grade,
Yes,
seven.
8.
Okay, eighth grade.
Yes, but
Something that
impossible because they had tax like an university, and when I have just 6 subjects, but he has 12.
12, yeah. Yes,
Yeah.
something. Sorry, something that my boss, because my boss is from Belgium. So
Yes.
I was talking to him about because I would like to make the specialization at UNAP, and there are some three of them, but the most that caught my attention is the use of university studies, but using the internet. I forgot what is the proper name for this specialization, and the other one is the autonomous work. And when he heard me talking about that, he told me that it's so in his words, it's stupid. Yes, it's stupid to try that our kids or our children or our younger teenagers learn to be autonomous, because this process is, you need to start with this process from the beginning. Yes, so as soon as they enter to the school, they need to learn to be autonomous. And if you
Yes.
don't prepare your kids for being autonomous since that moment, even in your houses, yes, even at home, it's impossible that with it's 15
Yes.
or 20 or 30 or 40 years you be autonomous. So in this case that we are studying, like using on online, is hard. It's a hard way to learn, because you need to be disciplined and you need to have a control of your time, and be organized and have a calendar to organize your tasks, and when you're going to do the one subject and when time you're going to do the other one. Yes, and sometimes you fail, but it's because we are not prepared for being autonomous. So we need to start from since they born. Yes, and the other one is the number. The number of the groups in a school, in a public school, is incredible. It's
Yes.
terrible.
But it's a big change because I am from 2016, and since kinder and since 11th
Yes.
grade,
Mhm.
I was with the normal model,
Yes.
that is the teacher in front of the students.
Mhm. Yeah.
And okay, in the second prom, the 2017, they uh, the most of the his studies he was with the same model than me, but the last year they have to learn alone, but for them was very difficult because they don't know and don't have the responsible about them studies, and a lot of fathers, mothers, grandmothers are fighting with let that model and change for the normal. But it's something hard because I was looking for that model, and the government
Yeah.
wants to have that model for um, all the high school and schools and kinder with the con la jornada única. O sea, ellos quieren que los niños se queden por allá encerrados comiendo libros de 7 de la mañana a 4 de la tarde.
Yes, that's
Pero,
true.
but they don't have more teacher. They don't give um, the food. They don't want to give or bueno, mejorar,
Improve.
improve the high school and school. It's something very hard because they don't want to give money for the education.
And that's a big problem because the government don't give them the money necessary to improve the education. And when we talk about improvements, I understand or I think that is everything. So building tools, devices, teachers, yes. So because we need to train teachers for this era. Yes, it's not the same to teach our children from 20 or 30 years ago than a student that was born in these 2 years ago. Yes,
Yes,
so the investment it's big, but it needs to be in any field, not only paying for resources, not only paying for a building, but also the train of teachers. Karen, you can hear
yes,
me well
yes, teacher.
because Stella is in the chat and she says that she listen or she can hear with bits, yes, with the
Yes, no,
interruptions.
I hear you very good. Maybe
And
it's her internet.
yes, that she says that the signal is okay.
Then I don't know, maybe the microphone or the connection are bad.
Yes. Stella, tell me, in order to check your sound, have you ever taught English to children, Stella? Stella, I think that the problem is Stella.
Yes, because she sounds like a transformer again.
Yes, yes, Stella. Yes, we both of us
Mami,
too.
mamá, la abuelita está llamando. Ay, perdón.
Stella, try to speak to say something else. Okay, okay. So let's give the time that Stella leave the the class, and then she enters again in
Yes,
order to
don't
see
worry.
the. Don't worry,
Don't
no.
worry.
That happened.
Um, with the
Are you?
internet.
I think that is it's her internet or is something in her PC. I don't know.
Yes, teacher, I have a question
Yeah, tell me.
with the accent. Teacher, I was looking for an accent, but I don't know. It's something that how you can um found find an accent uh according to speak. I don't know. Uh, the Liverpool is very strange, and I didn't understand about the accent, American accent. I For me it was very difficult.
The American one, but
uh,
the
uh,
American,
Accent
yes, but
like
the
British.
American accent or the
Yes.
British accent.
I saw the British, that was the Scotland, the uno que era como en una isla, el de Manchester. mm, ¿Cuál era el otro? But they sounds like Stella said the water, and something like Laura Loud, something like that. Then I don't know what I can study more, or what
Which of them
we
calls more? I think personally, I think that you can follow the accent that you feel better, that you feel comfortable. In my case, I prefer using the American one because I have been teaching this one like uh, for 7 or 6 years.
yes,
Yes.
but how
So
do you know that is es que mi pregunta es esa, digamos, yo he estado escuchando, o sea, sí, me puse cuidado y como que subían y o ven algunas palabras, o lo mismo la pronunciación de algunas, como de ay, volvió a aparecer esta, se fue otra vez. Como lo eso de la T, que no la pronuncian como D, sino como que con F, como que with, y ya luego, sí, o sea, es algo que me confunde. Y digamos, cuando decían que los acentos americanos, yo la verdad no pude definir cuál era cuál, porque pues para mí sonaban igual, todos.
ujú.
Entonces, pues
Pues
no, no sé qué hacer, profe.
for for once it's good that you don't find a difference, okay, because you're not going to be worried about that, and because that means that you can understand all of them. For example, about the American one is because they are divided in different states. So it's
Yes,
something similar that here in Colombia. So it's not the same listen to a paisa or a cachaco, yes,
yes,
neither a costeño. Yes, it's
yes,
different. That's what happened in United States. Yeah. Uh, I'm not sure about how they are different. Yes, maybe in the speed. Maybe in the speed. Some of them speed fast than others. Uh,
yes,
I have heard that Texas, for example, it's difficult to understand them, but
yes,
in Florida that they speak like with using the Latin accent is different. Yes. So
yes,
if you can find your an accent that calls your attention or that you can feel comfortable, so don't worry, you can speak using your own accent. Yes. But in this case depends about the stress. So you need to pay attention about the stress because it's not the same to say guitar as to say guitar. Yes. Or hotel
yes,
or hotel. Yes, something like that. But if you continue with your accent, with your Colombian accent, don't worry because it's possible. So they are going to understand you, and you can have a communication. Yes. So
Yes,
it's not necessary to have an American or a British accent. Uh, it means when you have the accent, okay, because it sounds better, because it looks like you are a native one. Yes, and maybe he can help you with your profile. Estela, Stella, I hear you in with interference. I don't know what happened. The interference continues, Estela. Stella, no, it is not possible to. It is not possible to hear you clearly. No, it's not possible to hear you clearly. I don't know what happened.
yes, is the internet of Stella. Ah, Stella, hola.
Estela, Estela, Estela. No, it's not possible to hear you, but I don't know if it works. Let me check something. Estela, Estela. Okay, let me use the other one. Okay, got it. Yes. About the groups, about the number of the students in the classroom, I think that is not possible to give a good teaching process with this quantity. So it's better when you have just 27, even 30, but 40 and 50, I think that is a big amount.
This is something that with the teachers every day fight.
Yes.
And the other thing that is very important is that they hear
Excuse me?
a lot of people are coming from different parts. Then the culture and the mothers are very angry and bad person with the teachers because they don't let to that the teacher explain. what happened with the kids, or they simple defend the kids. Um, some kids are very bad when are without his mother, but when they are with his them mother, they are an angels, like an angels.
Like in
Then
English.
yes, that is the problem because the mother don't believe in the teacher that um, her kids are the evil. It's something hard.
Yes, that's what I said. It's difficult to teach. It's not easy. I don't know why some people think that is easier, and you need to have the talent to. I'm sorry.
Yes,
Estela? Estela? No. I am trying to call to Estela by Skype, but in Skype it's not possible because the call doesn't, she doesn't accept the call. I'm using
yes, and for the esa
Botin,
the
but it
bot.
says something like a zumbido.
Mm,
When I
oh
call
no.
her, it says zumbido, zumbido, something like that.
Yes, then if she turn off all the internet and the computer, maybe that I don't know, begin again.
Maybe it's a big
Maybe that
possibility.
work again.
And here in Botin says calling Estela, but the
But
message
don't.
is like this. Uh, have you ever talked English to children? You told me yes, Karen.
Yes,
And how
the
was your experience?
um. I thought that since I was a kid, for me it's something. It's easy that the people understand me, and I have a good control about the kids because I scare them. I am very serious with them, and that time I was with a
Hello, excuse me, Karen, sorry. Hello, Estela. Turn off the microphone in Hangout and talk to me using Bootin. Estela? Ah, okay, now it's better. Okay, so we can continue using Bootin. You use Bootin and you hear Karen with mine, okay, with my from my PC. Okay, Karen, continue with your answer. Sorry.
okay teacher, don't worry. And yes, I was with a classmate, and the teacher said us make games for the kids in English. Then we was um, playing the wolf in the forest and other things like that. Then I that time I I like it, but it's a work a lot. Um, tired. You sales muy cansado. The throat was very hot.
Yes, of course, you need to drink
And
water.
yes, and I we didn't have water that time. And the kids are very noisy, and
Uh-huh.
the problems of um, convivencia.
The convivence.
Yes, the convivence because one of them, I don't know why, they said that no, I don't touch her because he don't take a bath. Um, she smell ugly. Yes.
Yes,
Then
the
I get angry in that time. And I said no. All the people is similar, equal. You don't have the right to say that you don't want to stay with her because she is your classmate. No, is an alien or something like that. And
mhm.
after that, the kids was playing with her and like a friend, and we don't have that problem anymore.
Yes, it's because we need to teach them, and maybe because they saw this way of do the things from an adult, and they copy everything. Okay, so
Yeah,
maybe in her family she saw something similar, uh, and she followed that. Yes.
that yes, they was a little. They now are in third
Uh-huh.
because when I was in the high school, they was in first.
Ah, okay.
They
Okay.
are little.
Yes. So, Estela, now you can finish with your idea or with your answer. Have you ever taught English to children?
Yes, teacher.
And how was your
I
experience?
That experience was nice, but as I told you before, I think that I had trouble because I didn't know about the like techniques, pedagogical techniques, and then I always felt that something was like that I need something else.
Uh-huh.
But it was nice because like it's like in one group like 50 or 20 children, some of them are very smart, others don't like or are not interesting, but these children, small children, is very nice. I like it.
Okay, yes. Uh, in my case, for example, I prefer to teach to teenagers or just adults, but not in the school, because teenagers in the school they are totally different than when they are in, for example, at an institute. Yeah, but for with kids, the, I, I respect teachers who are in preschool because it's a hard job. What do
But
you
some
think
of
of?
them are not.
Yes, of course, yes. Yes, I had the opportunity to teach children, and some of them are very cute and they are so smart. Yeah, but it's difficult as a teacher because you need to have the capabilities and many ideas, be creative to develop any tasks. And I don't have creativity. I have lost my creativity. In arts, I was pretty bad. In arts, when I was in the school, I was pretty bad. And now that I see a portrait that I made, I said, "Hey, Carol, what happened to you?" So it was an idea of a really good portrait. So it's horrible, and that's why. And now I understand why my teacher put that grade that day. So
Teacher, but it like for first year, second year, or like small children, like the way that I used to teach was with songs, and they like to sing and they like the parts of the body. There are different songs, um, stories, videos, and it that is the only way. Like, and it's like just to look to to have them busy all the time.
yes, but there is a problem that not all the schools let you do this kind of things. and
Okay.
I and I was in a school that they didn't like this kind of activities because if they heard them singing or clapping or standing up, they said that they were disorganized and they were making noise.
Oh my God.
Yes, so it's something incredible, but I face that, and that's why I say that some schools don't understand about the methodology to teach another language.
Yes, it's like in the years ago, you
Yeah.
sit down and listen and repeat, and that is all.
That school, it was similar. So paying attention. If you move, you are doing something wrong or something bad. If you were talking to a peer, it's because you were gossiping and you were laughing from for the teacher or for the class, and you were not paying attention. So they couldn't believe that they were chatting or yes about the class or about any doubt that they could have in that moment. So
Yes, of
that's
course.
why I retired them. I quit. Yes, I didn't continue there because it is not possible to work in these conditions.
No, right now it is difficult because children are very active.
Yes,
They it's like you have to play with them, and of course, like by the time of evaluate them is hard, but they learn. But
yes, that's
it's
true.
like in all classes there are like maybe 3 or 5 children who are the best,
Yes,
and the others just try, but they can be good as others, but it is relative.
yes, that's true. But maybe it's because the Colombian system of education. What do you think about the Colombian system of education?
I think we are trying. Yeah, Colombia education is trying to change things,
Mhm.
but even like that, mm, like we are late with a lot of things.
Yes,
More like technology.
yes. What do you think, Karen, about the Colombian system of education?
I think that the same that Stella is shame, but they don't want to give the enough tools. They want an education like uh, United Kingdom, like Japan, like United States, but they don't look the context, they don't look the condition
Mm.
and the number of the students that have a teacher. And they don't look that uh, some kids live in a mountain where they don't have internet, they don't have a mother um, that help the student with the homework. Is something different because in United Kingdom, uh, the education is good, and for example, a student of here and a student of there have in a different conditions because the student of the British student have internet and maybe his mother have a college or something like that. But in Colombia, the mother maybe they just have primary and and something like that. Then they can help the child in that process.
Yes. So, what do you think will happen with our children in the future?
Excuse me, teacher, I can understand very good.
Okay, what will be the future of our children? Maybe if we continue with the same educational system.
I think that will be again the la ley del arrastre
Okay.
because I love all the bueno la mortandad de estudiantes
Uh-huh.
because that is the best way for the government for steal the money of the people because the people only work and work and work and they don't know about the
Yeah, the laws.
laws and the rights that they have. For example, the people that live in the camp, in el campo, in the
Okay.
forest,
The countryside.
the countryside, they politic man can say, okay, I will give you cows, or I will um, a lot of promises, but they don't know if that is possible that becomes true because they don't have education. They don't have something that say yes that is true or no. Then we are living of about only promises. We live of promises, nothing more.
Yes, and what is your opinion, Estela?
As she said, I think like rich people and maybe politics and government people from the government, they prefer to have uh, people in Colombia like with no good qualifications, like no good studies, degrees, because if everybody in Colombia is very smart and intelligent and with a good education, they can control it.
Uh-huh.
That is why maybe they don't care about education as they should.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That's true. So
And
we
also, what happened is in Colombia we have like a lot of qualificated people.
can you speak aloud, please? Karen, you can listen,
If
Estela. Karen?
I
if
hear uh, like I don't know so far.
Yes, so far. Estela, could you please
Yes.
speak loud?
okay, that if in Colombia a lot of people is uh, with a good education, uh, they won't allow that the rich people and government people do what they want. And also, if everybody get the good degrees,
Yes.
there is no people who work hard like people in countryside.
Yes. And something that you hear from the video that is about, for example, when, for example, you are studying, okay, as soon as you finish, if you want to be a teacher in a school, you need another degree or another specialization in order to find a job. And then if you are doing the specialization, you need to do a magister or a GP, because you are not going to be allowed for being or for apply for this position. Yes,
Yes,
you can understand my idea. So it's something rare, but it happens. Yes, so you are studying, you are spending time studying, spending money too, and when you finish this, you'll need another degree. Yes, and a kind of a specialization or something like that, because if you only have this degree, it won't be um, the only one. Yes, so you'll need another one in order to improve your monetary or your salary. Yes, or your opportunities.
it's like always you need something else, always.
Yes, yes, that's true.
Like education has to be progressive.
Yes, so what will happen with those that are studying now, thinking about to find a job as soon as they finish, and what a surprise that when they finish, they need to, somebody is going to say, sorry, but you need another specialization or you need another degree.
Yes, I think that is very frustrating, and it is happening here in Colombia. And also, if the person study all the degrees and more specializations after they finish all the things, if you apply for a job, they say no, you are like too much qualified, then we cannot employ you.
Yes, that's true. Yes, it's sad. It's sad to hear that, but it's our reality, and I don't know if it is going to change or if we're going to continue with this kind of problems or situations.
That is why, like people, good qualified, they leave
Qualifications.
the country and they get work in another countries.
Yes, that's why. But for example, if you don't have the possibility to travel abroad or to find any other opportunity abroad, so you need to stay here and you need to continue receiving a payment that is not worthful and that you don't merit. Yes, because you have sacrificed your life, your time, your money, and so because you wanted something better.
Yes.
Yes. So it's sad to say that. I had a case of it was like a friend, and she had like three specializations, and she entered to teach to a university here in Colombia, and with her career with three specializations, they paid only 1,100,000 of pesos, Colombian pesos,
Oh my
and
God.
she was in charge of like one or 300 students. So can you imagine you spending your time studying, and then the charge that you have working with this quantity of children for that payment? So that is not a motivation for the others.
No, of course not.
Yes. So if when you become a teacher, because you are preparing for this, if you have the opportunity to be in a classroom, what kind of teacher will you be? Karen, if you want to start.
Um, it's something that I don't know. When I think that first is important to choose the age that you want for your students. I would like to teach in the at the kids.
O sea, with
I
children,
don't know.
yeah?
Yes, with the
First
little
and
kids.
second grade? First and second grade of primary?
Yes, of primary. I think that in primary you have more control with the students. Um, you don't have a free time because you have to be um, pendiente,
Eh, eh,
atten-
paying attention?
paying attention at the kids because they fell down, or maybe
Looking
he
at,
can
okay, looking up.
open his food, um, that maybe one of them are in the top of a building or in under a car. Uno nunca sabe, ¿no? But the kids are more, you can have the control, and with only scream they are working. But in the teenagers is, I think that is more hard because they are in a age that they don't want to do anything, and they sometimes are rude, and you have more problems with them. But you have free time because in the break, you can sit down and eat your things, or and check your cell phone or something like that. But I prefer the primary that the high school.
Okay, and Stella, what kind of teacher will you be?
I think I will be responsible. I used to be like in time. I don't like to be late. Um, I don't like give too much opportunities. Like if they don't do the homework, maybe tomorrow. If not the next day. I don't like that. If I say the homework for that day, it should be for that day. And sometimes in primary, like some parents used to go to the school and talk to the teachers, but why you don't give more opportunity? Why my daughter or my son didn't get one excellent? I don't like that kind of like, I treat everybody in the same way.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And that's true. In a school, you need to treat parents, students, coordinators, and the principal.
Yes.
So, and it's hard. Yes.
And in small towns, I think everywhere is like, all right, that boy is the son of someone important in town, and then you have to be more careful. You have to maybe help. You have to. I don't like that. I treat everybody in the same way in the classroom.
Yes, that's true. And what's your opinion about the use of the ICs, the information and the communication technology? That is something that we are talking about this in this like 2 or 3 years ago.
I think that is very important and very necessary. Uh, since I am studying here, I learn a lot of things, and it is good to know about that, like a Padlet, to create the weeks, to do like a lot of tools that we use that I never knew that it exists.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
I think it's great is that and use that tools, because right now children are motivated with that. They love it. They use the computer better than us, and
Yes.
and it's like a motivation for them. I think that is very important.
Yes, that's true. Karen, your opinion.
I think that is a good idea, but if all the people have the access these kind of tools, because I think if you want to learn the trick, or you want, for example, you want to
I can hear you well. I can hear
hear.
you well.
Okay, now yes.
Try again.
Hola, no.
Like a
Something
squeezing.
happened to me before.
Yes, or maybe
Thinking was my laptop, but not that.
Okay,
it was
again.
working. It was working perfect, but with Karina, what happened with Karina?
Hola.
I can hear you, but with interference, Karen.
Sí, esto está raro, no sé, esa cosa se mueve por... no sé qué está pasando.
Okay, try to continue with your idea, and we guess.
Yes, it's important
No,
because
Karen, it's not possible to hear you.
wait a minute. Hola.
I just click the link and go into Hangout.
Yes, I send you the link by Skype, but also I invite you, send you the invitation directly. Yes.
All right. He always just send the link, and that is all. And we go in the link and get in the call.
Yes, so I don't know, it's something strange, yes.
Yes. Remember, teacher, that days ago I had a problem with my laptop, and
Yes.
the problem continued because I just restart my laptop,
Yeah.
like to put the office again
Uh-huh.
to start from zero. And then he told me that was the disco duro.
Uh-huh. The hard disk.
Yes, and I changed it today. No, the person changed it today, and I got it like half an hour before our class.
Yeah. In order to check
And
that
then I
everything was
thought
good.
maybe it was a problem of my laptop, but I don't think so.
No, I don't know if maybe it's my position, the place where I am, because sometimes my house is like like a bunker. Yes, that the signal is stolen, because I don't know if there are, I have constructions around my house, and some of them are higher than mine.
Maybe because I have full signal here in my house.
Yes, but the signal here is, it says that it's okay, that is good. But and because with Karen we were talking and without any problem, yes. So that's why we said maybe it's Stella's problem. But it's
Hola, profe,
yes,
ahora sí me escucha.
yes. Continue with your idea. Continue with the problem.
uh,
Him again.
okay.
So
Um,
yeah, what's your opinion about the use of the X
I
information?
think that is good because um, in Colombia is a good tools because you can know about all that happen in the world, and you can learn and give the subject with a creative form with a different apps and software that the laptops and PC have now. I think it's a good idea.
Yes, there is not only the use of the whiteboard and markers of colors. Yes, so they can see not the drawings of her teacher, but they can see or watch an excellent picture about what he
Yes,
or she is talking about.
yes,
Okay,
yes.
what, Karen?
No, no, I don't say nothing. I
Okay,
just
to finish with this, I have a last question, and is, are you prepared for being a teacher English?
I didn't understand.
Are you prepared for being a teacher English?
In my personal case, I think in a few more years I will be ready. Right now, I prefer to continue learning because I know that I improve my English since I am studying, and I am sure that I am going to be a very good.
Yes, and I'm sure of that. What about you, Karin?
I don't know. Maybe I am working in that, but I don't realize that really I am doing because it's something I think that in a career influent two things.
Which
The
first?
first, yes, the first is the ay, se me olvidó la palabra. De, profe, ¿cómo se dice conocimiento?
Knowledge.
The knowledge that you learn in your career, and the second is the vocation
Yes, that's true.
that
Hmm.
you have. Entonces, I can have a lot of degrees in this area, and I can have masters and super masters. But if I don't have the vocation, that don't um
Useful. They won't be useful.
yes, and no valdré nada. No
Mm-hmm.
sabré. I can know all about the didactics and uh, pedagog pedagogía. Yes, but if I can show and if I can teach the other people all the knowledge that I had learned in all the years that I had studying. I think that I was lost the time.
Okay. So if you're able to transmit your knowledge, you'll feel that you did a good job. But if
Yes, exactly. But if
you think that you waste your time.
exactly, because
No.
that's the vocation, and if that make you happy, you never have to work. You always are be happy with your job and your things.
Yes, that's true. I heard that from a student that is a teacher, and he said, I'm happy because I don't work. I love what I do, and that's
Yes, that is the
okay. But
idea.
maybe you will become an excellent guy too.
Yes, maybe, or I don't know, maybe I can be a teacher, or I don't know. I am just waiting, because the maybe that really will be my profession, but I still don't know.
Yes. Okay, Karin, but you have time to think carefully about it and take a good decision.
Yes, but it's something hard because I always think, okay, I will do that, but with the other, I can travel, I don't have to worry for the kids, for make evaluation, for um, make a lot of papers. I can just talk and travel. But
No.
with the travel, I don't have something, bueno, algo estable.
Uh-huh. Yes. A
Entonces,
permanent job, maybe.
yes, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Yes, okay. So, but the way your life is going to give you a signal, and then you're going to discover what will be your future and what will be your profession. Yes, in
Yes,
in the area that you're going to work. Only just prepare yourself and try to continue studying hard as you are doing right now. Learn everything, not only about English, not only about grammar, but it's necessary to learn about everything. Just like
yes,
you.
yes, it's important, and I like all the course. I think that all are very interesting, but sometimes are a subject more hard than the others. But I am happy with this.
Yes. Okay. Okay, ladies. Thank you very much for your time. I don't know if you want to say something else, to add something about this topic.
No, I don't have question, teachers.
Okay.